This is Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by Thomas J. Henry.
You are looking live at Ferris Stadium on San Antonio's north side for another week of Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by Thomas J. Henry. Tonight, a big district battle between the Taft Raiders and the Stevens Falcons. Good evening, everybody. I'm Don Harris, along with my broadcast partner, Chuck McAtinnick, down on the sidelines. These are two teams going in opposite directions, Chuck, but Stevens wants to play spoiler. They lost their quarterback early in the season, and Taft is rolling. They look like to be a playoff team, and they want to keep their hot hand.
Well, let's first start with Stevens, Don. I mean, this was a team that was one of the best in the entire region last year. They went 3 rounds deep. They had a lot of their skill guys coming back, but they were going to start the year with a lot of young guys, and then they've had a rash of injuries, so the record is what it is. But there's a lot of pride on this team. They're used to winning under Anthony Boykin, and they really would like a statement game here tonight against the Taft Raiders. Stevens is coming off a week where they had a bye, and Taft, they've been absolutely rolling all season long. You can see at 4-1, they put themselves in a prime position to be one of those playoff teams in 29 6A. And you can't say enough about the job Ricky Stade has done building up and rejuvenating this Taft program.
Yeah, both teams' last game was against Brennan, so that, as you can see, is Taft's only loss on the year. And Taft's already beaten Marshall, who's right there in the thick of it in the 29 6A playoff chase. You mentioned KK Brashears. He is out, so in his place, Ethan Gonzalez, and he was an all-district wide receiver a year ago, playing quarterback, and he's done a nice job.
Well, Don, this is an interesting story. Ethan Gonzalez might have the best hands as a wide receiver in this entire city, but Stevens has had to juggle some things around, obviously, with all the injuries, and they really used the bye week that they had last week to get Ethan Gonzalez more acclimated to playing the quarterback position. He's not going to play there 100% of the time tonight, but probably 80% of the snaps. It speaks to the level of athleticism and also the fact that this young man has a lot of corporate knowledge in the Stevens program.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the ball, this is their quarterback, and he's a good one of the best in town. Justice Hurt, already rushing for nearly 1,900 yards.
Yeah, this guy came in last year when their senior got banged up early on in the season, and he has not left the field since. Don, this young man is 14-4 as a starter, well over 3,000 yards passing, 36 total touchdowns. I mean, you go on and on the career accolades that this guy has put together while running this Taft team. He is something special. We can't wait to watch him start to finish tonight.
It's going to be a lot of fun. It's Taft, it's Stevens, and when we come back, it's homecoming. We'll have our Thomas J. Henry keys to the game coming up next.
You're watching Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by Thomas J. Henry.
Welcome back to Ferris Stadium. You see the Taft Raiders getting ready to break through their banner. We're getting ready for kickoff, but first, it is time for our Thomas J. Henry keys to the game. And Chuck, let's start with the Stevens Falcons and head coach Anthony Boykin.
Well, and justice for all, right? They want to contain their quarterback, who's an absolute superstar, and then they want to ID the blitz, Don. Taft is going to junk it up on defense. They're going to send guys from every nook and cranny of the field, so they want to be on the lookout for that. And then do what they do. They want to play Falcon football, play hard through the whistle.
Anthony Boykin has done an outstanding job at Stevens, and he's trying to keep the ship together through some tough times.
We didn't anticipate this. Nobody wishes it up on themselves, but one thing I can say about our kids and our coaching staff is that they've come to work hard every day. The ball, sometimes it bounces your way, sometimes it doesn't. We've used it as an opportunity to teach them that life is like that. Sometimes it bounces your way, sometimes it doesn't, but keep coming to work every day, and ultimately good things will happen. You know, it's a Northside District opponent, and so every game is a big game. These guys know each other. They communicate all the time on their social media, so they're motivated to win a football game. They've invested in my 3 years here, and so each time they get an opportunity, they're going to go attack that thing passionately, and they want to win.
Meanwhile, for the Taft Raiders, Ricky Stade's guys 6-1. Chuck, let's run down their keys.
Yeah, it's all about what's in the head and what's in the heart, right? They want to focus, do your job, don't go into business for yourself, as the old coach used to say, and then play with a relentless effort.
Ricky Stade's done a nice job turning this program around now in year 4.
You got to coach against variables every week, and you know, because each week is different with the distractions, and whether you're playing an undefeated or a defeated team, there's a unique challenge every week, and this one is no different. Stevens is going to come out and they're going to play hard. They got a lot of good players and a lot of pride, and we don't expect anybody to give us anything. When you get to this point of the season, you know, things are kind of running the way they're going to run, and you know, we're excited about this week, and we've talked this week about earning the bye next week. You know, earning a much-needed break. After we get done this week, it'll be 10 straight weeks that we've gone, and yeah, the guys are a little beat up mentally and physically.
All right, when we come back, we'll kick it off. It's Stevens, it's Taft on TNL. Welcome back. Dub Ferris Stadium, really nice complex out here on 1604. Got a great football game for you tonight, 29-6A, Stevens and Taft, good old-fashioned rivals. And for more on that, let's go down to this field and Zach Hedrick.
Thanks, Don. Yeah, homecoming for Taft tonight, but I didn't bring my homecoming mom with me. Now, caught up with Coach Stade before the game. He says it's been a crazy week, shortened week because of the Thursday game, but these kids also had the day off Monday, SAT test this week as well, so he's looking for some maturity out of his squad tonight. Now, meanwhile, on the Stevens side, they had a bye week, so essentially 2 weeks to prepare for the Taft Raiders. Look for some new wrinkles tonight from the Stevens Falcons as they take on this 29-6A matchup, guys.
All right, tonight's first half kickoff sponsored by Rhino Roofers, and we are ready to get it underway. I don't know if that one's going to go 10 yards. It's not. Kind of a little onside attempt, I guess, or just a whiff. But either way, Stevens is going to have, or Taft rather, is going to have great field position on the Stevens side of the field at the 49, 48-yard line. There's Justice Hurt, the quarterback we talked about here in the pregame. He's going to play in our San Antonio Sports All-Star game. He has rushed for over 1,100 yards. He's thrown for another 500. He does it all, but you will see an offense here tonight with a lot of called quarterback runs. They're not run-pass options. They are runs just for him. And he's also got a very potent running back in T.J. Andrews, who has offers already from UTSA and Incarnate Word, who ran for over 300 yards in week 2, and he will tote the rock on first down, and Stevens does a nice job of stopping him after a 2-yard gain. Take a look at that starting offensive lineup. We talked about Hurts, we talked about Andrews. They've got a captain up front, Jesse De La Rosa. He's the captain of the week. And they've also got some very dangerous wide receivers, including Jamel Criswell, who's going to play in our San Antonio Sports All-Star game. Here's another pitch to Andrews, goes over the right-hand side, and again, nice job by that Stevens defense in pursuit as Nate De Hoyos joining Nathan Navia up there for the tackles. You take a look at those guys. Darius Ellis, their star linebacker, number 42, will be calling his name a lot tonight. Sets up 3rd down and 6. All ready for Justice Hurt. He looks to throw and now scrambles. Being chased, still wants to throw. Fires, and that is out of bounds. And so it looks like the Stevens defense has a 3 and out. We'll have to see if Taft wants to go for it here at midfield.
All I know is we're looking at a guy, it's a track guy too, Don. Justice, 4x2 guy, 200-meter dash, and Tell you what, Stevens Falcon's showing off some speed early too, flushing him out and then making him have to throw back across his body, and then great coverage downfield.
They will go for it here on 4th down. He sends 3 wide receivers to the left. He's got some different options here. Now fires deep over the middle. Got a man in single coverage and a great catch down there by Taft. Wow, what a grab.
Jaden Aleman, the sophomore. What a great throw, first of all, by Justice. Sets his feet, squares and throws, and then absolute dime to Aleman. Makes a one-handed catch. It's fantastic.
Just a sophomore, what a grab. So what a first down. First of the night, Cowboys AC first down on 4th down. Here's one of those called runs we talked about. Stevens doing a nice job in pursuit. Gets hurt before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. May have a loss on the play.
Ball carried by Justice Hurts, stopped by Roland Rios.
Yeah, Rios, Lopez, and Amos. Some big, physical, athletic guys up there on the Stevens defensive line, looking pretty good on that play.
2nd down and 10 for Hurt. He's got Morant split to the right. Aleman to the left, another called run, goes right over the right tackle, and he's still on his feet. Still pushing the pack forward to the 5, and it's a rugby scrum all the way down to basically the 6-yard line when he's pushed back.
Ball carried by Justice Hurt, stopped by Darius Ellis.
Justice dragging a whole bunch of bodies with him. His teammates and the other squad too.
I asked Ricky Stade, you run this guy a lot, man. You run a lot of option stuff. He knows, no, it's more like Wildcat. We just snap it to him and let him run. He's that talented. And he's got it on 3rd and 3. Pitches the option this time to Andrews. He's got the corner. Touchdown Raiders. Flag flies late. And that, whatever that was unnecessary because he was going to just walk in, but it looks like it's coming back. Gerald Green, our official tonight. Good to see Gerald again. Got to talk to him before the game. He's a TNL staple. So they're going to repeat 3rd down. You can hear Ricky Stade through the microphone on the sideline saying, field goal be ready, field goal be ready. So it'll be 3rd and goal from the, let's see, we'll call it the 11. They spread him out, run the option to the other side for Andrews, and Andrews breaks 1 tackle, a second, gets to the 5, but not enough for a first down. And let's see if that field goal unit does run out, if they go for it, because of the nice yardage here.
Really good job by Stevens stringing this out. Obviously, you talked about what a talented player that TJ Andrews is. 6'2", 195. This guy runs a 4'6", so Stevens showing off the speed too and really doing a great job rallying to the football, setting up 4th down now for Taft.
They will go for it, it appears, as they run Julio Sanchez in. He's got Aleman split left. Andrews back there with him. They fake it. Hurt trying to keep it himself, now circles back, and he's gonna walk in. Touchdown Taft Raiders. Justice Hurt making something out of nothing, and it's 6-0.
Boy, what an impressive opening drive for the Taft Raiders, showing off that 1-loss record here early on in this football game. Looked like they were gonna run left. Thought he could have checked it down right there, decides, nope, I'm the track guy. I'll just keep it myself, reverse field, and then hit the pylon. Nice job.
Wow, what an athletic play by that young man, and he will stay on to hold for the extra point. Angel Gonzalez Lopez, the sophomore kicker, will attempt the extra point. Hold is down, kick is up and through, and Taft strikes first. It's 7-zip on the feet of Justice Hurt. Welcome back. Time for our Air Today game time weather, and it is a beautiful night for football. 82 degrees, clear skies, 5-mile-an-hour winds. Good thing that rain came in last night. I was talking to one of the Northside assistant athletic directors who had that app that you can track all the lightning strikes around. They had a lightning strike at this end of the football field that probably hit one of the goalposts from what they could understand.
Wow.
And he was like, look at this when he zoomed in on his little GPS, and it was in that north end zone, probably hit the goalpost or the basketball facility, but it's a good night to play football tonight instead of last night. Taft will kick it away, and Stevens will get their first shot at it tonight. Jaden Lopez, Jace Butler back to return this. And Joshua Solis will put his foot into this one. It's a short kick taken by one of the up men at the 25 and breaking it across the 35. And that's where Taft, or Stevens rather, will set up for the first time tonight. We told you earlier, KK Brashears, their all-everything quarterback, was injured early in the season. Ethan Gonzalez will play in our San Antonio Sports All-Star game as a wide receiver, but pressed into duty at QB tonight, as we told you at the top of the show. Their main running back is Landon Prouty, the sophomore, number 21. Looking like Zeke Elliott from Ohio State back there, number 21. He gets about 2 yards before the Taft defense pushes him back. And here's our player profile, Chuck, on Ethan Gonzalez.
Yeah, I mean, this guy really does it all. In fact, Don, they were talking about this week that he's the kind of kid that during summer practice they had to tell him to stop making diving catches during practice because they didn't want him to get hurt. All out, all the time, and, you know, good guy you want leading your football team. And, you know, if anybody can figure out quarterback on the fly, it's probably this guy.
That's our Beluga Air player profile. Hand back inside. Again, it's Prouty, and not much as Pierce Parker came up to make the tackle. Here's the offensive starters for those Falcons. Devin Idar, one of the wide receivers. He also will target A.J. Ruiz up front. Pretty veteran offensive line. Isaac Gonzalez, the left tackle, leads the way there. And you see Gabriel Cook split out here on 3rd and 6. Gonzalez will boot it, fire it, complete it, and a nice cutback for the first down and more by Landon Prouty. Again, he's just a sophomore, and you can see he's a talented young man.
Not kidding, big too and stout, but great feet. And it's a great play. Just get it out to 21, let him make a play, a little shoulder shimmy, and a big first down for Stevens. You can see how athletic and speedy they are. Again, this was a team, Don, that went 3 rounds deep a season ago. They've got some athletes. It's just, you know, a little of this, a little of that. You look up and all of a sudden things aren't going your way, but, you know, you just get the sense that they get a break or two, they're going to be breaking into the win column.
Gonzalez fires.
Nice catch.
That ball is caught for another South Texas Votech first down right at the stick. And a nice job there by Leonard Adams.
Yeah, really good field awareness. Look at that, dragging his feet like a pro.
Tall, long target for Gonzalez. Adams playing both ways. Got more than a few guys that do that. Gonzalez goes in motion now. He'll be on the receiving end, and he's met right as he catches it, but he breaks a tackle. Another, and it takes a lot of Raiders to bring him down. Gain of about 2 when it's all said and done, but you can see they like to use him in many different ways, and that time they had Jalen Moses come in and pass to him. Take a look at the Taft Raider defense. Luis Miranda is a captain, big number 90. He's got some Division II offers, playing our All-Star game. Demetrius Hicks has 3 interceptions on the year. Prouty will carry it again. Look at him dance through traffic. He's finally yanked down in the backfield by Jaden Finley after a gain of about 3. It'll be 3rd and 6.
It's a really nice opening drive here by the Falcons. Try to play ball control a little bit, eat up some of that clock, and stay in this fight as long as you can. Again, when you're taking a guy like Ethan Gonzalez, who's your best receiver, all-star type player, and put him at quarterback, yeah, you're glad you have him at quarterback, but then you don't have him at wide receiver.
Prouty comes in motion, fakes to him, fires, has a man wide open. It's caught at the 15 and diving ahead down to the 10-yard line is Gabriel Cook inside the Central Med red zone. It's another South Texas Votech first down.
Now, Zach Hedrick and I were watching before the game, both teams warm up, and this kid really catches your eye, man. He looks like a wide receiver in the NFL trapped in a high school kid. I mean, just absolutely looks the part.
All right, so it'll be 1st and goal for the Stevens Falcons. Ethan Gonzalez will keep himself up the middle to the 5, and he'll walk in for a touchdown. Stevens is on the board. Ethan Gonzalez on a nice drive to answer the Taft Raiders.
They're going to do a kick here. They're going to go for 2. Kind of like it.
Little swinging gate action.
Yeah. Look at Ethan Gonzalez just kind of picking his way and then getting those feet and head, everything moving forward. Walks in standing up, going for 2.
Little quick slant, they got it. The conversion is good, little one-on-one action. Devin Idar wins the battle, and Stevens takes the lead. It's 8-7 here at Ferris.
Tonight's Facebook live stream is sponsored by Enroll SA.
There you go, people all taking selfies, or I don't know what they're doing, but enjoying the football game out here. They're following Chuck McAtinnick on Facebook is what they're doing.
I have a sneaky suspicion they are all following the live stream of this broadcast. That's what's kind of cool about it, right? You can watch in the stands and watch on your tube.
Yeah, see if the announcers get your kid's name right.
That's right.
I'll tell you what, Stevens Falcons don't look like an 0-6 team, do they?
No, absolutely not. And I think we knew that coming in. I mean, these things haven't gone their way, but great opening drive.
Another short kick. This one does go 10 yards, and Taft's smart enough to jump on the football. On the recovery, it's Sane Norales, and here come the Raiders.
I think it's kind of cool, right? We saw opening drives on both teams, and so you see Stevens go for 2, playing to win here in the first quarter, really junking it up, and then Taft also their opening drive, went for it twice on 4th down on their opening drive. So both of these teams, you know, Stevens wants to make a good showing here, and Taft is trying to jockey for playoff position. So let the game begin.
So here's Justice Hurt keeping it again. Ball's out. It's loose. And looks like the Raiders got right back on top of it. Is that 76? Jesse De La Rosa on the recovery. Taking a look at our Reese's Dental Braces smile cam. Smile, you're on TV. She knows it too.
Happy that her squad jumped back on that football. Could have been a huge break for Stevens here in the first quarter.
Those Taft cheerleaders made our live shot at 6 o'clock. On News 4, having a great time out here as Hurt boots and overthrows his intended receiver here on 2nd and 7. That'll set up 3rd and 7. Clay Porter out there, but nice pressure coming from the Stevens defense.
And you're not kidding. I mean, Mateo Lata, the senior linebacker, was putting all kinds of pressure on Justice Hurts.
So it's up 3rd down and 7. They send Johnny Lott over in motion. Run it inside, wide open. This one's going places.
You're not kidding.
James Criswell down the sideline. Criswell, did he get in? He got the pylon. Touchdown, Raiders. Jamel Criswell. Boy, what a play call by Ricky Stade. You see that thing pop open?
Sure did. Look at everything go one direction, and 9's going the other direction. And all you see is Booty and Bose running down the sideline. Look at this guy with the speed.
Switched hands into the left, got the cone, and the Raiders answer right away.
Man, that's a heck of a run. This guy is another big play guy for these Taft Raiders, and we just saw it.
Angel Gonzalez Lopez adds the extra point. Taft leads it 14-8. A lot of scoring here. We still got 4:30 left in the first.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by Guild Mortgage.
Well, T&L living up to the hype tonight. The Taft Raiders raise you, Jamel Criswell.
Man, not undersold on what we were told about Jamel Criswell. I mean, not only can he run it, he's a big play guy in the passing game, red zone threat, and a 3-year starter, 6'3", 185. Man, this guy can do it all. You just saw him flash down the sideline. Impressive.
If I'm the basketball coach, I'm going to recruit him. Come play little hoops over at Taft.
If I'm the baseball coach, I'm going to come get him too.
Track, wrestling, right? Whatever you want.
Yeah, pinochle.
Late flag in here on the fair catch by Stevens. Again, our referee is Gerald Green tonight.
God, we've seen some creative stuff here on these kicks. I kind of like it. A little different than just booting it deep and kicking it out of the end zone, right?
Yeah, Stevens was real interesting. I mean, it's almost like a guy who's made his living onside kicking and never punting.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Stevens, 15-yard penalty on the spot of the foul.
All right, so that'll back him up 15-yarder against Stevens after that fair catch. Must have been some contact up front.
Some great play designs here early in this ball game, and every week, Don, I know we talk about this, but it's just amazing how intricate these high school offenses have become in the last 10 years, right?
Absolutely.
It's just, you see it all.
So the Falcons now see if they can answer. There's another nice job by Prouty off tackle. He does a really good job of hitting the hole early, and then he's got good feet.
Yeah, you know, they've been going by committee. They've had to because of the injuries, but Prouty had a really good game against Marshall, and then he got hurt, but he's back now. So, you know, this guy really looks good early. I mean, good feet, and you're right. I like the Zeke Elliott comparison, right, in terms of just the way he looks on the field. Now he's lining up outside.
Just a sophomore, comes in motion. Gonzalez is going to keep. He's going to get to the corner and dive out. Good pursuit. Good tackle from behind by Pierce Parker, the senior linebacker.
Yeah, and that was another good play design, right? So you got a lot of window dressing going on, and you had Prouty lined up left, and then he came across the field, and then he was the guy that was throwing the lead block down there for Gonzalez as he took off to run.
So 3rd down and short here, about 3. Let's take a look at our Enroll SA band cam. Gonzalez is going to throw. Overshoots his man. He was looking for that tall target, Gabriel Cook. Just missed him, and it'll be 4th and 3 deep in their own territory at the 23-yard line. So on comes the punting crew.
And Taft that time bringing some outside pressure from Pierce Parker, who came on a delayed blitz. And man, that was a lot of size on that guy coming at the quarterback, and I think made Ethan get rid of it, or at least got into his throwing lane and to disrupt it.
Theo Caballero is the punter.
Oh, we got a fake.
And it's gone. Cutting back, nice move, and across the 40. How about the trickeration here tonight?
Tell you what, Anthony Boykin going deep in his bag of tricks tonight, leaving it all hang out on the field. Just snap it to the up back and let him go.
Mateo Lara, the linebacker, he had a nice little move too to buy himself some more yardage.
Yeah, that was just a great play. I mean, obviously they saw something on film, and then, you know, again, they got nothing to lose, man. Ball out. And again, you know, I think he wants to reward these kids too. I mean, he's been so proud of them. Sure, the record hasn't gone the way they wanted it, but they've all worked out, you know, gotten up and got out to practice every day and still fighting the good fight.
Yeah, so as a false start, I'll back him up there, pre-snap whistle. As we talked to Boykin this week, you could, you know, we say it every week, Chuck, it's nothing new. We're just so blessed in San Antonio to have these guys that are teaching life lessons while playing football. And you heard it in the pregame. You know, sometimes the ball's not going to bounce your way in life. And what do? You know, you just get back up, keep working hard, and good things will happen. First and long, a little flare pass out to the right flat, caught, picks up a couple yards. They wanted a flag after the action out of bounds, not going to get it.
Yeah, it was a nice play by Leonard Adams, fighting for every inch of real estate on that particular play, and then got a little pop at the end.
So that'll set up second down and 10, 3 wide to the left. Gonzalez throws to the right and just missed Prouty. So that'll set up third down and 10 from the 39-yard line. Good, another nice job by Anthony Boykin mixing up the plays. Playing a lot of people out here tonight. Dominic Cardenas was in at running back, and he stacks the backfield here as well. He's got Jalen Moses in at quarterback with Gonzalez right next to him. You have an option to snap it to either guy.
And you got to believe 2-down territory no matter what.
And it'll be Moses who's going to probably look for Gonzalez. Fires, and that ball's almost intercepted. Nice job by Pierce Parker, the linebacker, who got his hand on it. He's kicking himself because he wanted an Oski.
He did a pretty good job, though, just staying in his lane. And we think Gonzalez having to throw back across his body, but good job in zone coverage, making it really difficult on the quarterback, who was also getting pressured from the big fellas up front.
So that's set up fourth down, and again, they'll go for it here. Gonzalez moves back to quarterback, and they split out. Prouty here to the left side. He comes in motion, and another pre-snap whistle, and it's going to be a false start against the Falcons. We'll see what the Falcons want to do here, if they want to continue to go for it on 4th and 15. It looks like a change of personnel. They're going to run out Theo Caballero.
Look out for that fake punt action again. Worked pretty well.
Jamel Criswell, who had that long 57-yard touchdown run, stands at his 11. Caballero kicks it to him. He comes up to field it, lost the handle for a second, but got back on top of it. Right at about the 16-yard line, and we're back in 15 seconds.
Now more than ever, it is important to get the recommended vaccines. You have the power to protect yourself and your family against serious diseases. To learn more, visit covid19.sanantonio.gov or find us on social media using hashtag #DoItForSA.
So Justice Hurt and the Taft Raider offense up 14-8 here with 2:10 to go in the first quarter. Good quarter of football here at beautiful night at Ferris Stadium. Sends his man in motion, throws over the middle, high, and that ball is picked off. Another change of possession as Charles Barber Jr. gets the pick. Oh, check that. My bad. That's Leonard Adams.
Leonard just kind of staying in the play, and the senior making a really big play. Ball is tipped, the old tip drill, watched it all the way in. Look at him get to the football and then pull it into his body. Coming up with a huge play for these Stevens Falcons.
Told you he played both ways. They got a lot of guys doing that, and he had a big catch earlier down the sideline, and now an interception.
He's their best secondary player, and he just showed why.
Gonzalez going deep, got a man and overshot him. Nice throw though, as he was looking for Jaden Finley. And a flag down. And it's the chop block that's been so prevalent this season, point of emphasis for these officials. And that's a killer penalty because it's 15.
Yeah, they have really zeroed in, right? I mean, that is a penalty that we have seen week in and week out doing Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights.
A lot of calls on the chop block this year at all levels. So 1st and 25. Gonzalez hands to Prouty. He bounces a couple again. Look at this pinball. Look at that move. Foot in the ground. Another broken tackle all the way down to the 31-yard line. Landon Prouty.
Yeah, pinball apt description, Don Harris. I mean, I look like a water bug out there. Look at this guy. Cut, hits his own guy, breaks a tackle. Look at the feet moving and head. Wow. That's major league right there.
Yeah, really quick feet. Change of direction, toughness. Nice play. 2nd down now and manageable after that 15-yard penalty. But they're going to have another false start because big guys moved up front. Had a man coming in motion too. A.J. Ruiz was on his way in motion, and I do believe it was the offensive line that moved. Or delay a game on Stevens. The official on this side ran into Gerald with the false start signal, but they had another official who said before that happened, I guess, how do you have a delay a game on the defense unless it's an illegal substitution?
I don't know.
Interesting. Keeper for Gonzalez. He picks his way forward. He's got the 1st down inside the Central Med red zone. Here come the Falcons again on the move.
Yeah, you see how all this works, right? Right before your very eyes. So Prouty just busts a nice little run, and now everybody on that Taft defense is trying to zero in on 21. And while that's going on, Ethan Gonzalez just goes right up the gut and slices you that way.
Look at this formation. Going deep to the corner. That ball almost picked off. Nice job in coverage back there by Demetrius Hicks. As I said, he's got 3 interceptions on the season, almost had another one.
Yeah, it's really interesting, Don, to see how they're trying to really find a way to get the ball when they go outside to Leonard Adams. I mean, this guy, what a talented athlete. And, you know, in talking to Coach Boykin this week, he says he's probably our best college prospect. I mean, he's that kind of guy.
We'll pump here and go, but going nowhere And that's Luis Miranda. Big number 90. I told you earlier, he's got some Division II looks. He had a 37-yard interception return for a touchdown against Marshall. Here's his player profile, 3-year starter, star in the discus and shot put as well. And again, he's going to be playing in the San Antonio Sports All-Star game and a GPA of 4.0 to go with it.
And you know, the one thing that Ricky Stade was telling us is this guy's got great hands too. Just speaks to his level of athleticism. But boy, what a nice job filling the gap right there and coming up with a stop for his Taft Raiders.
That's the end of the first quarter, and it's been an eventful one with Taft up 14-8, but the Stevens Falcons threatening when we come back with second quarter action.
Hey San Antonio and TNL fans, it's TC time at Taco Cabana. Select TC breakfast tacos are 2 for $3, only during breakfast hours. Choose from bacon, egg, and cheese, potato, egg, and cheese, or eggs a la mexicana. Add a coffee or a 20-ounce drink for just $1 more. Select lunch and dinner tacos are 2 for $4. Choose from chicken fajita, shredded chicken, or ground beef. Add a 20-ounce drink for just $1 more. Stop by any Taco Cabana and enjoy TC time today, or have them delivered using the new Taco Cabana app.
All right, our thanks to Taco Cabana, as always, for sponsoring TNL. As you take a look at the fans from Taft, Anthony Boykin calling his plays for his squad as we take a look at the first quarter stats. Pretty even across the board.
Yeah, it was. I mean, really got some big plays too. And not a surprise that we got ourselves a football game going on here as we start the second quarter. I mean, again, everybody can look at Stevens' record and go, okay, we got a cakewalk tonight, but I think anybody that knows Anthony Boykin and saw them play last year knew they were going to have some talent. It was just a matter of time before they start building this thing back up again.
Gonzalez wants to throw again and does, and that's caught at the 5, diving towards the goal line and getting in for the touchdown is Devin Idar. Oh, he called him at the 1?
What? Well, first of all, let's start with the throw. Great throw by Ethan Gonzalez, and then look at the individual effort by this dude trying to stick it in. I thought he creased it, but
I saw his hands go up.
They're right there. Refs were right there. So, man, what a great hustle play. That won't get you jacked on the sideline. Nothing will. I want to punch you on that one.
First and goal. Prouty.
Oh, look at Taft answer, huh?
Gets a close but short again. Maybe he lost an inch or two. It'll be second down and goal. You know what? I'd go to that guy again. I like this Landon Prouty kid. And you know what? He wants the football.
Yeah, either he or Ethan Gonzalez, you know, got your options with these Falcons. But that was a great play there on first down to stone it.
And you got the push from Jude Virial and Luis Miranda up front, too. There's some movement there. Prouty bounced it going backwards. Good push by the Taft defense. Jude Virial, the first one there. And Jujan Castro there to clean it up.
Let's see what happened. Oh, he just, man, just guys flying in. All kinds of gap shooting there going on by these Taft Raiders. 42 came in there, made a nice play. Tremaine Smith.
All right, so let's see what kind of creativity Stevens goes with here. It's Moses at quarterback. He wants to throw, does, and he's hit is his receiver right at the goal line. A nice pass breakup, and I believe that was Demetrius Hicks with the physicality on Gabriel Cook.
Man, these guys getting after it early in this football game. Taft's defense really with a nice stand so far on 3 plays. Just in the right spot at the right time for Ben Martinez, the linebacker. Here we go, 4th down.
They put Gonzalez back at quarterback. Looks like they're bringing the house at him. They are. He rolls, got nowhere to go. Now fires to the back of the end zone, and it's picked off. He had a man, but instead it's Demetrius Hicks with his 4th Oskia of the season. Limping off, but he made a heck of a play. You could see A.J. Ruiz in the back, a little further to the left. Don't know if he saw him. He had him open, but a good play by Hicks.
No doubt, he just didn't have time to really set and try to throw back across his body. I think he tried to, but there's just so much pressure as he tried to break back towards the left. Great play too, got his team some field position on that pick in the end zone.
Devin Idar went down in the end zone in a great 4-down stand. And a first down, a Cowboys AC first down for Justice Hurt, who runs out to this side, and he's going to be slung out of bounds by, guess who? Leonard Adams, who's doing it on both sides of the ball. Flag on the play. And that's a killer for Stevens to get all the way down there after that big play. On that spin move, the ball may have crossed the plane, we don't know, but marked short, and then to go 4 and out. The hold will back up the Taft Raiders and Justice Hurt. And that's what Anthony Boykin was talking about when the bounces just don't go your way. Oh, so close to taking the lead here.
Right, I mean, so they're having their way with Taft's defense, and then all of a sudden, Taft's defense makes a stand inside the 2-yard line.
An excellent stand at that.
Now, can they get off the field here on this drive? Stevens, that is.
False start.
Certainly Taft is making it hard on themselves on this drive.
Offense. Half the distance from the goal. First down.
So they'll back it up half the distance. Take a look at those Taft Raiders at their 5-yard line.
Yeah, I'm curious to get your sentiments on the uniforms later in the game, but man, these logos, you cannot go wrong with either one of them, man. I'd take a ball cap from either one of these schools and probably wear it.
I was saying pregame, it's the Texas Rangers against Ohio State.
Or the Atlanta Falcons and those cool baseball hats they got too. Oh, what a tackle.
TJ Andrews. Are they going to call a safety or are they going to give him forward progress?
All I know was just great pursuit.
Tristan Valtieri.
Falcons.
Yep.
Nate De La Hoya's the first guy back there to disrupt it. Watch 23. Watch 23. Coming up right here, holding on for dear life, hoping for some help. Finally gets it, but had him by the shoe anyway. Great job.
He went back on his own, but you could see he was not in the end zone. And Tristan Valtieri making a nice play there. And so now Taft backed up. It's 2nd and 28 for Justice Hurt. Juggles the snap. Now running. Now it's a safety. And a nice play by the Taft defense. I mean, the Stevens defense, and they're fired up. Roland Rios. Anthony Boykin's fired up.
As he should be. One defensive stand, but gets another. This one equals 2 points.
It is our Enroll SA band cam as the Stevens Falcon band and the Taft band getting ready for the halftime show tonight. This may end up being a better deal for Stevens and just scoring that touchdown down on the goal line. They get 2 points to make it 14-10. They get the ball back here. Probably going to get pretty good field position.
You get the feeling at some point Taft's going to try an onside kick with that, right? Setting you up, lull you to sleep, and then just...
Yeah, but I wouldn't do it on the 20. If you don't succeed, you're give your defense in a tough spot here, but they do the little pooch. That's going to go out of bounds. And I don't think they'll take the penalty. They'll take the yards. They'll take it right there at the 44. Unless they add yardage to that. After that safety kick where they put it at the 20-yard line.
Illegal procedure, kicking team. They've elected to take it at the 50, 30 yards from the previous spot.
All right, I didn't know that. So 30 yards from the previous spot is you're allowed to do, which you might not do if they kick it from 30, but from the 20, there you go. Really good field position for these Stephen Falcons. Very much making it a ball game here tonight. 6-1 against 0-6, and Stevens coming with the fight tonight.
Anthony Boykin coming with a little something right there too.
He might. Proudy's got it. Flag flies on this side. And we'll see what they call here. You were talking about those logos, and the uniforms will fill us in later, but you notice one thing about Taft is they're the only school in Northside that has two different color helmets. They normally wear red helmets. They're wearing white tonight. And they've got dual logos tonight on either side of the hat, but we'll talk about that. Anthony Boykin cannot figure out what these guys are calling. And he's not happy about it.
He's fighting for his guys. You gotta love it, because they're putting up a fight here tonight, as we expected them to do. This is what you get each and every week from Taft. I'm sorry, from Stevens. So you get it from Taft too, but you're gonna get this win, lose, or draw from both of these teams.
Proudy's got it, left-hand side, maybe a yard or two. Had a couple of interesting rules interpretations that coaching staffs have disagreed with. One was that defensive delay a game, which was rare. Now we've got mass substitutions coming in for Taft late. Gerald Green holds it up, and here we go. Ethan Gonzalez under center. Fires to the right side. Thought we might see a double pass there. Instead, it's a short gain as Idar steps out of bounds with 8:14 to play. It'll be third and really long after getting the ball back after that safety with really good field position at the 50 and then having this drive stall out because of penalties. Unless something big happens here.
See the numbers on Devin Idar. A little bit low. He had to get the ball first, kind of whacked out the rhythm of that play just a little bit, but he did a good job getting the ball upfield.
Gonzalez. Blitz coming. Moses keeps, and he's drilled right at the yard marker. And again, Pierce Parker, the senior linebacker, having a big night. Wait. Collision of the game nominee, Pierce Parker.
Coming in, closing in a hurry, Pierce Parker. This guy, man, having himself a whale of a ball game. First team All-District, 3-year starter, looking the part.
So Theo Caballero will come on to do the punting honors. Back deep, that dangerous Jamel Criswell. He'll let that one die right at the 27-yard line, and Taft will have the ball back. 7:23 here in the second quarter. Good football game. Taft up 14-10. You're looking at the Smile Cam, brought to you by Reese's Dental and Braces. Fans with a lot to smile about tonight, man. Good football game, close. Homecoming here. Sporting their class t-shirts. Inside handoff. Goes for about 6. Thought we'd see a lot more TJ Andrews. He's such a threat. Gets a nice pickup there. Got 820 yards on the season. Sets up second and 3.
I mean, what, roughly 8 yards a carry for this guy on the campaign? He's still young, too.
They're going to let him big dog eat here. He picks up another 4 or 5. Gets to the marker, and I think that's going to move the sticks. That'll be another Cowboys AC first down.
You talked about all the looks that this guy's getting, UTSA, UIW, and he runs a 4.6, all the physical stuff. This guy just won an academic award from Northside, so he's the whole package.
Hurt keeps. Stevens' defense doing a good job of keying on Hurt. We watched Hurt last week against #1 Brennan just run up and down the field. And Stevens is doing a nice job keying on him. And Roland Rios read that perfectly, and short gain only of about 2.
Yeah, I mean, in aptly so, right? I mean, a direct quote from Ricky Stade this week. He's the man, dude, kind of our Superman.
He was last week. I watched those highlights of that Brennan game. He was special. Pitches this one, and again, good defensive pursuit by the linebackers. It's Tristan Valtierra again coming up with a big tackle. And that'll set up 3rd down and 8. Sean Brown in there.
You could see how much heart that these Stevens guys play with and the physicality that they played with too. And, you know, maybe that week off really helped, kind of reinvigorated these guys because, man, they're really balling out tonight. They get Roland Rios back tonight. He's been out with a shoulder injury, but he got a little healthier too during the break.
Devin Ewert's back there in the backfield this time. Fake to him, handed up the middle instead, and again going nowhere. Sets up 4th and long.
These guys are just keying on everything, right? I mean, the quick hitters, the dives. Great job.
They're going to talk this over. They're going to just huddle on the sideline. They just you want to make sure they communicated right, so they huddled on the sideline. Still got 16 to snap it on the play clock, 4:40 to go. Now it looks like they're going to punt it here on 4th down. Clay Porter gets it away. Good hop. Picked up on the hop. And Stevens will have it short of the 30 as we hear from Russ Bookbinder in San Antonio Sports.
Our high school coaches and middle school coaches work hard every day to teach our athletes great values, learn from the game, so they can get better at what they do on the field and off the field. Beyond the Game is a program that really recognizes high school and middle school teams for doing those things, getting out in their community and reflecting the values that their coaches are teaching them.
At Valero, we treat every day like game day. And this is a unique opportunity for Valero to support a program that showcases student athletes off the field who are building a foundation of these values: integrity, respect, teamwork, excellence, and community service. So deeply rooted in Valero's culture and critical to success in life.
Sinclair Broadcasting Company, San Antonio Sports, and Valero are going to recognize teams on TV on CW35's Thursday Night Lights games, WOAI News 4 San Antonio, and Fox 29's morning shows and weekend sports shows, and on social media.
For over 40 years, Valero has given back to improve the quality of life in the communities where we live and work. Our employees have a passion for helping to build better communities and regularly share their time and talents. It's inspiring to see so many teams selflessly serving others, and we are proud to partner with Beyond the Game to recognize these outstanding students.
Having Valero as a teammate for Beyond the Game will help this program continue to positively impact more teams, coaches, and families. Nominate your team today by going to sanantoniosports.org.
Great job by Russ Bookbinder and the folks at Valero on the Beyond the Game program. Keeper up the middle from Gonzalez. He's got a ton of room, still on his feet. Gonzalez hanging on to the football, breaking tackles out of bounds at the 30 of Taft. Ethan Gonzalez. What a run.
Oh, you're not kidding. I mean, look at this guy. Great vision and the ability to cut back. Nice little stiff arm there, and then just speed to burn.
34 yards on the game. Lost control for just a second and got it back. Cowboys AC first down. And here comes the Falcons with 3:59 to go in the quarter. Sends his big target, Gabriel Cook, out to the left, hands to Prouty. He breaks the first tackle, but there were two Raiders there, and they teamed up to bring him down. A couple of linebackers in on that one, including Brandon Halligan and Zachary Rodriguez.
Oh, like you were talking about, you could tell that everybody's keying on Justice when he's out on the field, and looks like Taft is doing a really good job making sure that they zero in on 21, or whoever is the ball carrier for Stevens. They've really tightened things up.
Idar and Cook to the right-hand side. A.J. Ruiz to the left. They bring a man in motion. Throwing over the middle. That one's caught, dropped, hit, intercepted. I mean, knocked loose, and they'll, after all of that, they'll call it incomplete. Boy, nice breakup. Cook had it for just a second, but was jarred loose.
Man, you're not kidding. He got smashed on the end of this. Thought he held on to it, but oh man, he got crushed from the backside.
Wow, that's probably a catch and a fumble if there's replay, but there's not.
Oh, two, just getting his head in there.
That goes back to, I don't know, can we call in Mike Pereira to see if he got two steps?
Yeah,
he's got possession, turn, a football move, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think he made a football move. I think they made the right call, but man, I'm just glad everybody was able to get up from that.
I'll call it timeout. Yeah, collision nominee number 2 on the night, and we're back in 15 seconds.
Now more than ever, it is important to get the recommended vaccines. You have the power to protect yourself and your family against serious diseases. To learn more, visit covid19.sanantonio.gov or find us on social media using hashtag #DoItForSA.
3:05 to play here in the second. Good football game. Taft is 6-1. Had a quality district win over Marshall. That's going to really help them in the playoff run. Only loss on the season for the Raiders is to the #1 team in town, the Brennan Bears. You see Taft ranked at 6-1, or at number 8, just ahead of Marshall, a team that they beat, and they're only lost to number 1. So with that W over Marshall, they have the inside track on second place in that district. But still a lot of football to be played in this district. Marshall, Warren, Harlan, all going to battle for those playoff spots as well. 3rd down and 10. Here's Gonzalez. Little screen set up for Prouty. He's going to get to the outside, but he's not going to get enough, but it's going to make it manageable. It's going to be 4th down and about 5.
You can see what Stevens is trying to do, right? Get the athletes the ball in space. Man, it's hard to believe this guy's a sophomore.
It just got a little bit of a late start turning that upfield, and a good pursuit by the Taft defense to run him down. And they're going to call it 4th and 6. And again, they're doing all this with a wide receiver impromptu playing quarterback. Stevens going to pass it, and he just missed. I guess he just kind of overshot him, kind of shot-putted that ball forward, and Prouty couldn't get a hands on it.
Anthony Boykin loves the play design and liked the way that thing was going right there. It was really, really well disguised by Landon Prouty. He looked like he was going to be the guy that just kind of slipped out of the backfield, and then as soon as the defender made his move towards the quarterback, that left Landon Prouty wide open.
And Gonzalez is kicking himself. He knows that was on him. That ball just didn't want to go where he wanted it to go. Hurt over the middle, caught across midfield. Big fella rumbling, looking to make some contact. And he does. Clay Porter get out of his way. And we've got an injured Falcon down, and that's the very talented young man we've been talking about, Leonard Adams.
And Leonard Adams is hurt, but Leonard Adams is hurt because Leonard Adams stayed in the play from start to finish. I mean, if he doesn't hustle back, that thing is going to get housed. You see these guys spilling it tonight, Don.
Here's a look at it again. His right knee, or is he just fell awkwardly. It looked like his legs got caught up underneath him as he took that big hit. In the meantime, while they check on him, we'll flash back on a T&L flashback. De Hoyos play fake to Mallard, fires deep over the middle. He's got a wide open KJ Stevens to the 5, touchdown Taft. KJ Stevens ran right down the middle of the field. Nobody had him, and De Hoyos put it right on the money for a 49-yard touchdown. Taft and Stevens, and you hate to see this, not much weight being put on that leg for Leonard Adams.
Yeah, I mean, Don, this is their highest college potential dude. 6'3", great hips, long arms, highly competitive player. 3 or 4 offers already. Baylor and TCU have already contacted Coach Boykin about him. SMU last year, Sonny Dykes came down here to check him out. I mean, this guy is the guy. And we will hope for the best there.
Yeah, both legs kind of just got folded under weird as he took that contact. Here's Hurt. He's still on his feet. He leans forward for about 6.
And that'll take the air out of your sails real quick.
And he will go into the tent. Further observation as that sets up 2nd down and 4 for the Taft Raiders. Just got the feeling that any moment Hurt is going to break one, because just that's what he does. And here he is. And he's met with a nice tackle after a gain of about 5. Physical tackle by the Stevens defense, and that time it was Nate De Hoyos.
De Hoyos is really going to like his film when they all sit down and watch as a team on Monday. I mean, this guy is really putting together a nice ball game. He is in on every play, it seems like.
3rd and less than 1 here. They'll pitch it, and breaking it up the middle, and just tripped up is Andrews. A good job, a hustle by that Stevens defense to stop a touchdown.
Yeah, somebody got a hold of Andrews' shoestring here. Man, this guy's an impressive runner too. All 6'2", however much he weighs. And that's a big guy to try to tackle. You better go get those feet. And he's jacked.
That's what a Division I football player looks like. That's why he's the guy that's on the field that's got the offer from UTSA.
And you got a pizza delivered coming up here trying to track you, dude. I'll help you eat it if you do.
How does the news desk not know I'm on television right now?
I don't know. Call him on the bat phone.
Hello? So 54 ticks left here in the 2nd quarter. Here's what's coming up this weekend. Our own Chase Shannon fired up about the Cowboys and Longhorns, 11 a.m. start. We got game 2 between the Astros and Red Sox, and late night of football with that Pac-12 and the Packers and Bears Sunday at noon. And on Sunday Night Football, we've got the Seahawks and Steelers.
We got football tonight here on the CW. The Stevens Falcons and the Taft Raiders here at Ferris Stadium, and everybody having a good time and homecoming on the Taft sideline.
All right. Final minute here of the half.
You go to Taft, Nikki?
Here's Hurt. Gonna fire to the corner. Looking for his man. Got him. Touchdown. Jamel Criswell, his second of the night. And the Raiders score before the end of the half.
Well, we've seen Criswell run it. We've seen Criswell catch it. This is a great play between two guys that have been playing ball together for a long time. Just use your leverage on the backside there, screen off the defender, haul it in, and pick up 6 for your squad.
They like that matchup with that height for sure. Exploited it, scored. Angel Gonzalez Lopez on to kick the extra point to try to make it 21-10 Raiders. And that kick is good. Don't forget to stick around for the halftime show. Zach Hedrick will take over, and we'll hear from both these great bands, have our Scholar Athlete of the Week, and one more time, just a jump ball for the tall guy. And Criswell's got it for a score. He's going to play in our All-Star game. 3-touchdown game against Harlan. That young man's talent.
No question about that. Having himself a night. Very impressive student athlete, number 9 is. That is for sure.
All right, so 49 ticks left. See what Anthony Boykin wants to do after this kick. And that's a little pooch that'll roll out of bounds, so a flag will fly and get it at the 35. Gerald Green sorts this out. Let Gerald sort this out with his crew. They're gonna make him re-kick it. Or yeah, they're going to make them re-kick it. They're just going to huddle up and re-kick it. While we wait for that, the Children's Hospital of San Antonio sponsoring our $5,000 band grant this year. One of the high schools seen on TNL this year will win a $5,000 band grant. It's all based on votes. Text band 13 to 44332 for Stevens. Band 14 to 44332 for Taft. And again, the $5,000 band grant made possible by the Children's Hospital of San Antonio. It's competition between all 20 bands that play on TNL all season long. Text your favorite to 44332. And of course, the band that gets the most votes gets the 5 Gs. That'll help.
Yeah.
Instruments.
Yeah.
Some of those cool band uniforms we've been seeing this year.
I'd say throw a party.
Travel money for these competitions they go to. Again, that one's headed to the sideline. Fair catch called for and made. And Anthony Boykin's squad will have less than a minute here at their own 30. They take a shot or two.
Yeah, and Ethan Gonzalez doing a really good job, Don. You know, I mean, we talked about how special a player their quarterback was, KK Brashear, is and was, and he got hurt punting in that football game. And that's the second time this year that we've had a starting quarterback go down while punting. So that's, kind of talks about how strange the year has been all the way around. I believe it happened to the Clark starting quarterback earlier this year.
The moral of that story, have somebody else punt.
I guess, for at least at Taft and Clark, right? But so, like, Ethan Gonzalez is the career leading receiver at Stevens High School. And remember, this is a school where Marcus Davenport of the New Orleans Saints started his career as a receiver. So that tells you what kind of a player Ethan Gonzalez is as a wide receiver. And, luckily for KK Brashear, he's going to be back for baseball season, but he hurt his hip. And, they've just been kind of plugging the gap, trying to fill those shoes. And it's just awfully hard to do when you got a talented player like KK Brashear. And then obviously, like we talked about, so you don't have Gonzalez out there catching balls. And, it just really limits what you can do or what you want to do on offense.
He's done a nice job. You just plug in your best athlete and let him do his best, and he's done a nice job. He missed the open guy on the last drive, but, he doesn't throw the football 365 like these quarterbacks do now in camps and stuff. So Boykin's trying to get these guys to keep fighting here with a minute to go. And Taft is the one who called the timeout there. They didn't like the formation they were in. It could have led to a long play. So Boykin's trying to get his guys fired up to go one more drive here in less than a minute.
So theoretically, it's kind of like what Anthony Boykin told us this week. In a perfect world, Ethan Gonzalez is throwing it to himself.
Prouty strung it out, still on his feet, trying to break another tackle. Spins, brought down. After all that, just a gain of about 1. And this is where, you might be tempted to just let it run out now. Try that 1 or 2 plays. Don't want anything crazy to happen where you lose the football, and that's, you kind of can see him right there. 17 seconds on the play clock. Only 14 in the game, and they may not snap it. It doesn't look like they will. So that'll take us to halftime. Stevens very much in this football game, putting out a great effort at 0-6. Ricky Stade's Taft Raiders 6-1. They have a 21-10 halftime lead when we come back. Zach Hedrick will take over. We'll have our halftime show. We'll hear from the bands, our Scholar Athletes of the Week, much more coming up on Thursday Night Lights.
This is Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by Thomas J. Henry and sponsored by Vulcan Materials Company, the Bexar County Sheriff's Office, Risa's Dental and Braces, Cowboys AC, South Texas Vocational Tech, Central Med, Enroll SA, the Children's Hospital of San Antonio, San Antonio Metropolitan Health District, San Antonio Sports, Valero, Rhino Roofers, My Collision Center, Air Today Heating and Air Conditioning, Guild Mortgage, Beluga Air, Big City Plumbing, and Monarch Trophy Studio. Welcome to the Bexar County Sheriff's Office Halftime Show.
I'm Deputy Reginald Mitchell, and I'm a boomer. I'm 52 years old and currently assigned to the Recruiting Operations Center as a recruiter. I am a former Army commissioned officer, retired at the rank of Major after over 20 years of active federal service, with the responsibility of health, welfare, and well-being of over thousands of soldiers during my time. The experience that I've had thus far since I've been working here has been awesome. I've worked with some awesome and great men and women here of the Bexar County Sheriff's Office, and I hope to use that experience in addition to the experience that I had when I was a major in the United States Army to propel me to greater things and be a better asset to the Bexar County Sheriff's Office.
Welcome back to Dub Ferris, where our halftime show continues on here. 21-10 our halftime score. The Taft Raiders leading the Stevens Falcons. Jamel Criswell with a late score receiving down here at this end to give the Raiders that 21-10 halftime lead. But the Stevens Falcons hanging tough in there. They will get the ball first to start the second half. But right now we go to our halftime show. The Stevens High School band now on the field performing their UIL competition show. The Sound of Northside is led on the field by band director John Dominguez. The total number of band members are 200 with marching and color guard members this year. Assistant band directors are Adam Cassiano, Bo Buhal, and Ryan Williams. Drum majors are Megan Neal, Angelica Huerta, and Tamara Jackson. Again, this year's UIL show is titled Shifting Tides, a show exploring the different sounds and moods of the sea. Coming up this weekend, they will be at the UIL Region Marching Contest, and then a couple weekends from then, on October 30th, they will be at the UIL Area Marching Contest. Let's listen in to the Stevens High School Marching Band. Thanks so much to the Stevens High School band. We wish them luck at the UIL Region Marching Contest this weekend. It's time to vote for the Children's Hospital of San Antonio $5,000 band grant. If you want to vote for the Stevens High School band, text band 13 to 44332. That's band 13 without any spaces to 44332. Visit the CW35.com for complete texting guidelines.
San Antonio middle and high school athletes are doing great things for our community. San Antonio Sports and Valero are shining the light on teams who model key values through their action. This week, we salute two schools whose community projects demonstrate beyond the game values. When the school year began, the South San West Campus athletics programs came together and partnered with the San Antonio Food Bank. They hosted a food drive on campus. They packed canned goods and loaded cars for families in need. Throughout the school year, the Stevens Falcons Athletics Leadership Council goes to 5 elementary schools every week. They read, engage, and have fun with the younger students. These athletes demonstrated the beyond the game values of integrity, respect, teamwork, excellence, and community service. San Antonio Sports and Valero salute high school and middle school coaches who inspire their teams to serve others. Parents, teachers, and coaches can nominate teams that go beyond the game. Visit sanantoniosports.org.
watching the Bexar County Sheriff's Office Halftime Show.
Stevens High School Band just wrapped up their performance as we get ready for Taft High School. All season long, we've introduced you to some great student athletes here on TNL, and at the end of the season, Vulcan Materials Company will present a $10,000 scholarship to one of the student athletes that we feature here on TNL. Let's meet this week's student athletes. Our scholar athlete from Stevens High School is Catherine Calicott. The senior soccer team captain is the valedictorian of her class.
I am a very competitive person. Whatever I do, I feel like I want to do my best at it. If I feel like there's no point in doing something if you're not going to give it your all. So I always give it my all in the classroom.
She's also a co-captain of the Falcon cross country team.
My first year on varsity, I was with my big sister. We were on varsity together. That was really fun. I had someone to help me show me the ropes of high school too, and of soccer.
Catherine is a member of the National Honor Society. She also volunteers her time at her parish, St. Rose of Lima.
We have a Christmas pageant that we do with all the little kids, and I help keep the kids quiet during church and help them know when to go up to the altar and do their little, they're supposed to wave their wand because they're little angels.
Catherine and her teammates also spend time coaching and reffing for the Northside Youth League.
All the coaches are volunteers. Some of them don't know what they're doing either. So even when we're reffing, we're kind of like, oh, this is how the game works. And they're so cute because they're so small and they're trying their best. After graduation, Catherine plans on majoring in accounting. I'm leaning towards A&M, UT, UTSA maybe, but I'm planning on staying in Texas because it's my home.
Our scholar athlete from Taft High School is Aiden Garcia. The senior safety is looking to earn his diploma with a perfect 4.0 GPA.
Parents have always, raised me to do as best as I can, and I continue to follow that until even now. My mindset is just I want to be the best that I can be at all times, whether it's in the classroom, on the field.
Aiden also runs in sprint and relay events for the Raider track and field team. His passion for playing football began at a young age.
What really got me started was just, being with my father and with my family, just kind of growing up in the environment all the time, with sports and stuff, watching it at Sundays, NFL, the Cowboys.
Aiden is also a member of the National Honor Society. He also joined the construction club a couple years ago.
For me, growing up, I've always been around my father, my grandfathers, we always do a lot of construction.
Aiden and a few other members of the club have volunteered their time by helping out with Habitat for Humanity.
I started last year actually with the construction club, and I've always, I like that, and just helping out and being a part of the community in some other way.
Aiden plans on attending college in the state of Texas. His dream school, the University of Texas.
I'm looking forward more to the engineering part of things, architecture, construction management.
You're watching the Bexar County Sheriff's Office Halftime Show.
Welcome back to Dub Fair's 21-10, our halftime score, where homecoming festivities are underway here at halftime now. The Taft High School Marching Band helping out with that, not performing their show. But earlier this week, we caught up with their band director, Mr. Greg Mills.
This evening, we're really excited to support our campuses, both Taft and Communication Arts. We have a magnet school on our campus, and so we're going to be doing our homecoming presentation. The Taft band this year, we're 180 members strong, and it's been really fun to come back from all the restrictions and from COVID and just from hesitancy and just really embrace togetherness, embrace the culture of working hard together. Our kids not only have been resilient, but they are just working so hard in a way that I haven't seen before. They really know what they missed last year, and so they're working twice as hard to get it back. Our UIL competition show this year is entitled From the Ground Up, and essentially we're trying to tell the story of what it was like in the 1920s to build the great skyscrapers that American cities are known for. So if you've ever seen that photo where there's all the guys sitting on the high steel eating lunch, that's our show in a single snapshot. We've had two pretty big competitions back-to-back. We went up to Vista Ridge High School a couple weeks ago. We made finals competition, which we didn't make the finals round a couple years ago, so that was a big win for the kids. And then we're really blessed. We went to the U.S. Bands competition here in Judson ISD at Rutledge Stadium. and we pulled out a first place win in both prelims and finals against a bunch of bands that we really respect, and I would have seen them as being above us. And so we're really humbled as a staff, and the kids are just really excited. We haven't seen success like that in a very long time, so it definitely energizes them to work harder. You can always get in touch with us. We keep our website really current, www.taftraiderband.org. We're on social media, of course. You can find us on Facebook. Our Instagram handle is @TheRaiderBand. Our students run that, and they do a fantastic job of conveying our professional image. So our rule is anytime that we're doing something, we're going to post about it, and you can keep up with us through that.
Maya Hall is the daughter of Robert and
The homecoming court continuing to be introduced here at halftime. If you'd like to vote for the Taft High School band, text band 14 to 44332. That's band 14 without any spaces to 44332. Complete texting guidelines, visit the CW35.com. We'd like to thank the Children's Hospital of San Antonio for sponsoring this year's $5,000 band crew.
member of National Honor Society. 9 times within University of Texas at San Antonio, gained her first time with the Copa becoming a team. The Indian is the daughter of Leah Sarah. She is a member of the varsity cheer. Leah plans to attend college at the University of Texas at Austin.
Welcome back, halftime. Great to see these bands out here. 21-10 Taft over Stevens at the halftime for our Taco Cabana first half highlights. Justice Hurt and the Taft Raiders got on the board first. Hurt making something out of nothing, turning the back this way and scoring to make it 7-0. I'll tell you what, Stevens answered in a hurry. Ethan Gonzalez going up the middle for 10 yards. They went for 2 and got it and led 8-7 after this score. And then we had this amazing long 57-yard touchdown run from Jamel Criswell to make it 14-8. An interception by that Taft defense led to this, a safety for the Stevens D. It made it 14-10. And then right before the half, Hurt went up top to his long, tall wide receiver, and that made the score 21-10 after Jamel Criswell gets his second touchdown of the game. It's 21-10. We'll come back with second half action after this. Welcome back to the Dub Ferris Athletic Complex here on the north side of San Antonio. It's Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, halftime wrapping up. And hey, we had a homecoming court crown tonight. This is the king and queen of communication arts. There you go, very nice. And guess who's the homecoming king of Taft High School? Justice Hurt, of course he is. Mr. Quarterback, homecoming king. It's gonna be all sweaty. Big night here for the Taft community, and it is time for our Rhino Roofers second half kickoff. Doing the honors for the Raiders is Joshua Solis, and again it's one of those short kicks, and it is gathered by Darius Ellis, and so Stevens will have the football first here in the second half. Down 21-10 coming into this ball game. It was a mismatch on paper, as you see the Falcons at 0-6, but Ethan Gonzalez and his squad have been very competitive tonight. When you look back at their season, you know, when they had KK Brashears, they lost to Bernie Champion 32-31, a very close ball game in the opening week. And then well after he was injured, they played Marshall 23-20, and Marshall's in our top 10 as well. So this Stevens team has a lot of fight. Certainly this guy does. Prouty up the middle. He's picked up about a couple of yards, but he's brought down by Jude Villarreal as we take a look at the first half stats. You can see it's pretty even on the ground, Chuck.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, only 3 yards separating the two, and then Cav, a little bit more yards on the passing side, but not many more. 4 yards to 3 yards in the passing and rushing differential. Total yards,
it's about as even as we'll see it.
That's exactly right.
Gonzalez going to throw. completes it out in the left flat. Dominic Cardenas, the junior, had some playing time tonight. That's his first touch. That'll set up third down in about 4.
They had a lot of success, the Falcons did, rushing the football with Ethan Gonzalez in the first half. I'd like to see a little bit more of that in the second half too. I mean, this guy's really a talented player. And, to this point, he's up there with their leading ball carriers.
Yep, Prouty.
2 yards.
They're keying on that run with a heavy, heavy box. He'll scramble. He's going to try to get to the stick. He dives for it. Let's see. The official's going to say he stepped out about 3 yards short right on the sideline. He did a great job getting to that spot and then diving forward, but his foot was out of bounds.
He had a hard time finding the football, and clearly the ref's doing a great job there. His leap foot was out of bounds, but a great effort to try to pick up the sticks.
They've had one fake tonight. This time they'll get it away. Fair catch called for and made at the 35, and we'll be back in 15 seconds.
Now more than ever, it is important to get the recommended vaccines. You have the power to protect yourself and your family against serious diseases. To learn more, visit covid19.sanantonio.gov or find us on social media using hashtag #DoItForSA.
They may have interfered with his ability to catch the football. Criswell did signal for the fair catch. He ran up to catch it, but there was a guy right on top of him. You got that halo rule where you got to give him a couple of yards of space to make the play.
You talk about getting breaks in a football game, right, Don? I mean, that's one of them you don't get. I mean, the kid's trying to hustle downfield, and then the punt was short. So he's just trying to go down there and cover the guy that's receiving the football, and just accidentally bumped into him.
Hurt on the option pitch. Has Andrews out there. He tries to turn the corner, and nothing doing. Good job by that Stevens Falcons defense.
Still fighting, and guess who's in the middle of all of it? 23.
Nate De Hoyos and Jaden Lopez both there on the tackle. Devin Boyd teaming up as well. Good sideline to sideline defense there by the Falcons D. Second down and 11. Here's Hurt, going to keep it himself. Called quarterback run. This is where he's dangerous. He's going to dance and then take on the defender and keeps his feet for a gain of about 4 more. 5. Set up third down and short.
Israel Bulag and teammate over there showing off their wheels as well to match the track guy for the Taft Raiders. Pretty good football player too.
I like the way at the end of that run, Hurt measured up the defender and dished out some punishment. He wasn't trying to dance out of bounds. He wants the contact. Third down and 3, and he's going to run it again, this time to the left-hand side. Taking on tacklers again, gets across the 40, and that's going to be enough to move the change for another South Texas Votech first down for the Raiders.
Taft being very patient since they've come out of the halftime locker room. Just kind of keep the ball on the ground, chip away here, run some clock, see if you can't put a nice long drive together and come up with some points to further extend the lead.
He's got Criswell split out to the left-hand side. He'll pitch it to Andrews. Andrews cuts it back inside and picks up about 4 or 5. They'll spot it right at the 45. As you take a look at the Enroll SA band cam, Taft and Stevens band did such a great job out here tonight at halftime. And they will continue the theatrics for the rest of the game.
Great play by Nathan Navia, the sophomore, flying through and grabbing some ankle to upend the ball carrier.
2nd and 7. Hurt fakes the pitch, come back the other way, a little counter action. And a good job of reading that by the Stevens defense. And really stepping up tonight has been Delvin Boyd. He's come up with a couple of tackles and good pursuit there. That one fooled me, but didn't fool that Stevens defense.
It fooled me too. I just like the play designs. You know, everybody's going one way and the ball comes back the other way. It's tough to see sometimes who's got the ball when you're crafty like that for these Taft Raiders.
Sean Brown on the carry in there with TJ Andrews, who's standing right behind Hurt. He pitches it to him. Andrews, that long gait, breaking tackles across the 20 inside the red zone, carrying tacklers is TJ Andrews. Again, he just, you know, if you lined all these guys up with no numbers on, said which one's the Division I football player, you just looked at him, you'd say that guy. He's
a man.
Strong, long and strong. Tall, rangy. .739, Hurt inside pitch. Sean Brown inside the 10 down to the 9. And Ricky Stades, offensive coordinator, doing a nice job of mixing up the play call, keeping that Stevens defense off balance on this drive.
Well, you're not kidding, and I mean, all really, you know, between the hashtags too. They're showing you a little bit of everything, and it's really fun to watch. I can't imagine how hard it is to defend if you're Stevens.
So they split Criswell far to the left, Jaden Aleman in the slot. It's Andrews back there with Hurt. Gonna run the option inside, same thing to Brown again, just going the other way. And that picks up a couple. They're gonna mark it for another South Texas Votech first down. It'll be first and goal from the 7.
Yeah, they got Jackson, Campos, Jacobs, De La Rosa, and Delamar up front. They had to replace 3 seniors on that offensive line from a season ago, and these guys are really doing a great job. They grind and work hard. Key to their offense, they're making things go all season long and really stepping up right here on this drive.
How about a back shoulder hat trick over there to Criswell? Instead, Hurts runs it right up the middle. Hurt to the 5, to the 4, to the 3. Thought he was going to go to that one-on-one mismatch on the outside. We saw it earlier. When you have the 6'3" Criswell one-on-one, just throw it up there.
Yeah, or you can always go back in the middle too with Devin Jacobs, the junior center. These guys are plowing the road right now. Jacobs started as a sophomore.
Second and goal. Criswell split left. Aleman in the slot. Now he wants Criswell in the slant. Instead, ball is batted down. Nice job by 42 making a play, Darius Ellis. So third and goal. Taft, here's Darius on our Beluga Air player profile. He's one of those beyond the game guys doing the Falcons Reed Elementary Mentorship Program. Wants to major in business administration.
3-year starter, lots of college interest, can play DN too.
Hurt, flag flies, trying to get outside, gets to the 2, but again, we may have a hold. Although the Taft offensive line is pointing the other way. We'll see what Gerald Green has to say. Wow, what a killer, right? You're on the 3-yard line, and now you're going to be third and goal from the 13.
Now, Devin Navi at number 5 for Taft. This young guy's come in and made some plays here in the second half. Kid's got a lot of speed, too. It looks like shot out of a cannon the way he can run.
So now you got Criswell split left. Aleman 3 wide to the left. Julio Sanchez in there in the closest slot position. Andrews in the backfield. Hurt to throw. Got Sanchez, and he just dropped it before he could get a foot down. And it'll be 4th down and goal. He had his man, and Julio Sanchez just could not bring it in.
Good release. Just a little too far up the sideline. A lot of things going on there. You got to try to locate the football and then know where you are exactly in the end zone. Just almost a perfect play. Missed it by just an inch or 2.
Criswell, bottom of your screen. He's looking that way on a post, and he overshot him. Incomplete, and a defensive stand by the Stevens Falcons. Taft won. Stevens says we can do that too. 21-10, 5:28 to go here in the third.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by Guild Mortgage.
Good football game here at Dub Ferris Stadium. Love that new basketball facility they've got. Not so new anymore, but man, it's one of the best in town. Over to your left-hand side there. 21-10. Stevens with a big defensive stand. They get the football back. And Ethan Gonzalez will try and march this team down the football field. He's going to throw it out in the flat, one-on-one. Nice job of running over the defender. That's how you play football, young man.
I'm telling you, man, these guys are fighting. We talked about this guy earlier in the ballgame.
Devin Idar.
Guys and trying to get into the end zone. And he'd been a little banged up the last couple of weeks, and looks like he's taking out his aggression for having missed an injury by trying to wreak some havoc himself. Man, what a out performance by that guy this evening.
Demetrius Hicks meet Devin Idar. We had an injury on that play as Chris Hill left for the Falcons. New set of downs, a South Texas Votech first down here in the third quarter for Ethan Gonzalez. There's Prouty coming this way, shakes off one defender, but two more come up to help. And thought we might have a face mask there, but no harm, no foul. And Aiden Garcia comes in to be the first one there.
Right, talk about rallying to the football. Wow. There's another collision of the game possibility.
Charles Barber Jr. in on the tackle as well. And it's 2nd down and 7.
Man, these guys are getting after it.
Ball on the 26. Prouty in motion, fake it to him. Gonzalez keeps up the middle. You had success with this earlier. Gonzalez across the 40 near the 44-yard line. And it's another South Texas Votech first down. Chuck, you called it. You want to see him run the football more? They heard you.
Well, he has had huge chunk plays doing this all night. I understand. First of all, you don't want to get this guy banged up. You can ill afford to have him go down. But you got to pick your spots, and this is the time of the game that you may want to see this guy with his hands on the ball a little more often.
Ruiz in motion, and he's going to do it again. This time he stays on his feet, picks up a good 8 or 9, and he stumbles forward across midfield. We've got a couple of guys down, one from each side, but they both get up. As Jude Virial got tangled up with one of the offensive linemen from Stevens. But again, that was a called quarterback run all the way, just a little fake.
Yeah, I mean, this guy, great leader. Obviously, we're seeing the great athlete, high character. I mean, this is the guy you want leading your football team when your star quarterback goes down. I mean, he's this dude.
A.J. Ruiz again coming in motion. Looks that way, now fires the slant over the middle. Another big collision. As Devin Idar, not afraid of contact, went over the middle that time and dished it out again after the catch.
Yeah, again, this guy had 10 catches done in the opener, and then he got hurt. But you can see what kind of a weapon he is. But I just really like what Ethan Gonzalez is all about. You see the okey doke there? Really sold his shoulders like he was going to check it down. Instead, he hit the guy on the slant. Good job.
Prouty inside. And a good job by the interior part of that Taft defensive front. We've been talking about Luis Miranda and Jude Virial all night. Pierce Parker having a big night at linebacker, and Virial is down right now, and he's in a lot of pain. We'll take a break. We'll come back and check on him when we come back.
Tonight's Facebook live stream is sponsored by Enroll SA.
Welcome back. Looked like Jude Virial is going to be okay. He walked off under his own power. Maybe come out for a couple of snaps.
Yeah, they got some dudes on that D line, man. He talked about Luis Miranda, and we could go on and on about him, what kind of special talent he is, but Jude, 2-year starter, junior, 6'2", 250 range. I mean, we've got some big dudes, athletic as well.
They throw it over to the left-hand side. That's caught by A.J. Ruiz. He's pushed out of bounds. But not before he picks up a good chunk. It'll be 3rd down and 5, maybe 4.
Tell you what, Stevens putting together a really nice drive here at the end of the 3rd quarter. See if they can stick it in and cut this to a 1-score game.
And keeping it away from the Taft Raiders. Good defensive pursuit here by the big fella. Gonzalez wants to throw it. Got nowhere to go, but the defender falls down, throws it back over the middle, and it's almost picked off. Dangerous throw. Jaden Finley read it perfectly and almost took it to the house the other way.
Well, that was a really good job. You know, they ran this play a little earlier and they had it and they missed on it, but Ethan Gonzalez and his receiver were trying to basically come up with something on the scramble drill. And when you're the receiver, you got to go find some space.
So the time that he took, one of the big guys got upfield a little too far. That's the illegal receiver downfield. So set up 4th down. They'll go for it here, it would appear. It'll be Gonzalez with Prouty behind him. And Taft lined up with an 8-man front. He's going to throw it. He completed it, and across the 25, diving towards the 20-yard line is that tall Gabriel Cook, just a junior. Nice play design, good execution. And the Falcons are on the move on a big 4th down conversion.
Really demonstrative was Ethan Gonzalez with that. He looked very confident throwing that football on 4th down.
So a new set of downs. They'll run Idar on the sweep. He's tripped up and just running side to side is Pierce Parker, who did a great job just hunting him down. Just 11 reminiscent of that new Dallas Cowboy Micah Parsons in the middle, chasing people across the field.
Yeah, that's up, no doubt.
Another flag down.
Holding offense. 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
Yeah, we called 11's name quite a few times tonight.
Yeah, Pierce Parker having a big night. Anthony Boykin's got to be frustrated with all these penalties. It's just drive killers. Ricky State had the same thing happen the last time when he was on the 3-yard line and had to back it up to 3rd and 13. So it's 1st and 20 for Gonzalez. Little pump fake, ball comes out, still loose. He jumped back on it and he got it. Boy, he had a couple of chances at it. That's great athleticism to get back on that football. That's not easy to do.
You're not kidding, especially with oblong devices bouncing the way they do, but looked like he got clipped. Oh, I thought he may have like nudged somebody and it kind of rubbed out of his hands, but just couldn't find the handle.
So you got a penalty, you're going backwards, 2nd and 25. Not what Anthony Boykin wanted. Gonna need a big play, and they're going for it, and that ball's shot up into the air and picked off at the goal line. The Taft defense coming up big with Gabriel Garcia. Reading that one, good as a punt, I guess. Taft will have it on the 2-yard line when we come back. Welcome back. Our Rhesus Dental and Braces Smile Cam. The Taft High School cheerleaders all fired up, smiling. Their team up 21-10 here on homecoming night.
Well, that was one heck of a play by Gabriel Garcia, Don. I mean, we talked about Stevens and the injuries that they've had all year long and some of the ones that they've had tonight, but their best defensive back on the Taft side is also out tonight. So Gabriel Garcia's playing pretty much everywhere, out of position. They got him at free safety tonight, but this guy's one of their leading tacklers on the team, and he just came up with a huge play for Taft.
Hurt, gonna throw it, incomplete. He's looking for Brown, Sean Brown over there. And I believe, is that an injury timeout? We've got a player down for the Stevens Falcons, and that's gonna be Tristan Valtierra. And we'll take it with him and let them check him out. Welcome back. 56 ticks left here in the third quarter. The Taft Raiders backed up all the way on their own 2-yard line, leading 21-10. And it's second down and 10. And Hurt will do it himself. And he gets himself some breathing room with a gainer of about 5 yards. Gives him a little bit of space to work with here on third down. If nothing else, buy his punter some room if they don't convert. But again, he's got a very dangerous weapon at the left of your screen right there in Jamel Criswell, who's in single coverage. And he's looking that way, and he's going deep for him. Criswell's getting on his horse, and he just can't get there as Hurt just put too much on it.
I like the play call, though.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, everybody's worried about the 5 or 6 yards that you need to pick up the sticks, and sometimes you can catch the defense napping. They just weren't able to connect, but great opportunity there for Taft. Just missed it.
Yeah, he had him. He had him. He had beaten his man and was flying down the sideline. So instead, they'll punt it away, and big Clay Porter on to do those honors. Jaden Lopez, who had coverage on Criswell, stands at the 40. That one's kind of wobbly off the side of his foot, bounces at the 25 and will go sideways out at about the 28-yard line. So again, Stevens gonna have an opportunity here. Down 21-10, but with the football in great field position. Told you about the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game that we'll call for you on January 8th at the Dome. Here's the 6 players involved. Gonzalez, who's quarterbacking tonight, will be a wide receiver in that game, along with Darius Ellis. And boy, we're hoping Leonard Adams is okay after his injury tonight. Justice Hurt will represent Taft, along with those other 2 that you saw. First down here, ball's out, but Prouty somehow got back possession right before he took a big hit by guess who, big Luis Miranda, and that brings us to the end of the third quarter. So Stevens will have it in Taft territory. Touchdown makes this very interesting early in the fourth quarter. Good football game from Ferris on Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights. We're back at Ferris. There's our Monarch trophies. They'll be handed out after the game in the post-game show. The big one to the team, the smaller one to our MVP of the game. If you need trophies, plaques, award, anything for your business or team, good Monarch Trophy, a call at 344-3777. Monarch Trophy's the best in the game. Been with us from the very beginning at TNL. As Ethan Gonzalez looks for some room, finds some, and a nice gain on first down of about 8 yards. We'll have Stevens inside the Central Med red zone and in business to try to convert here on third down.
Well, we're in crunch time, so you would imagine that this guy's going to have his hands on the ball a lot here in this final stanza to see if Stevens can find a way to eke this game out.
What's the call here? clock issues.
40 seconds.
He's telling the clock operator to take 20 seconds off. They didn't start it. So the initial spot, they move that stick up a little bit. It's going to be 3rd and 1, exactly a yard, a full yard. Ethan Gonzalez gets the play call, now moves Prouty around. I'd be fine with living and dying with Prouty, and now after some confusion, Anthony Boykin wants to burn a timeout to talk it over. Just miscommunication. And that drives coaches crazy because you had all that time while the officials were worried about the clock to get your play called and in, and they just didn't have that communication. We'll take it with them. We'll come back with 3rd and 1 when we come back. We're back with the Enroll SA band cam and all eyes on a huge play right here. 3rd and 1 for Stevens. Down 11, 4th quarter. Prouty bounces, not going to get there. Ricky Stade was talking to his linebacker in that break to Pierce Parker, and they talked about shooting the gap, and that's exactly what he did.
Man, there were several Taft Raiders playing on the other side of the line of scrimmage on that one.
They knew what was coming, you could tell. All right, down 11, so you can make it a 2-possession game. Cut it to 1 possession with a field goal. It would be 8 if he makes it. Theo Caballero is a junior. He's got a 25-yarder this year. This is from 39. It's long enough.
That a kid?
It's right down Main Street. It's good, and that's a 21-13 game. Stevens making it 1 possession here in the 4th when we come back. Good homecoming crowd on hand here at Doug Ferris Stadium for a good ball game tonight. 21-13 Taft over Stevens. Early in the 4th quarter with the Falcons getting back into this football game. Pooch kick, that's a live ball. Hurt picks it up, took a hop right to him. Man, that anything can happen with those kind of kicks.
How important is this game, right, for both teams? Get your quarterback out there fielding kicks.
Well, whatever's to the right-hand side, add homecoming king to this list. 14-4 as a 2-year starter. All the accolades, rushing, throwing, track. He's going to major in cybersecurity. It's a good career choice right there. All-star game selection.
Dude, 36 touchdowns and 18 career starts. Yeah, that'll work.
That'll work. Cowboys AC hurt. Counterplay. Coming this way, Andrews. Nice job picking up 5 or 6. The counters worked nice for them tonight. One of them went to the house.
And you got to love his feet and his ability to get downfield, too. Not a whole lot of messing around.
Yeah. Grown man out there.
That's what I'm talking about.
2nd and 5. 10 minutes to play. Taft protecting that lead. They'll toss it to Andrews again. He's up the middle again. He's got the 1st down and more near midfield. Finally is stopped right at the 50-yard line, and that'll be Cowboys AC 1st down. As you can see, Ricky Stade wants maybe a long drive here to bleed that clock and finish with a score to put this thing away, perhaps.
Well, I mean, you saw a little bit of everything right there on that run, right? You saw the speed, the quickness to get downfield, and then, interestingly enough, he sees multiple defenders and just decides to take them all on.
There he is on the counter again. Wants to pick that middle hole again. Wants to dish out more punishment again, and he does. And he picks up another 7 or 8. TJ Andrews, the workhorse here, 3 carries in a row for the Raiders.
Again, same type of run. Gets to the second level, and then once he gets past them, he's looking to just take on guys.
What I like about the fact on those counters is most running backs are tempted to try to break it to the outside. You know, that's where it's less physical and you can show your speed, get to the corner. He looks for that little bitty gap, north and south, which is shortest distance between 2 points is what is a straight line. And that's what he wants. Hurts keeps behind Andrews' block. He gets across the 40, which is going to pick up another Cowboys AC first down. And the Raiders are running, and so is the clock.
Well, this Taft team has been remarkable all season long in close games and finding ways to win and finding ways to win in crunch time. And this is just what the doctor ordered. You're trying to keep the Stevens offense off the field in a one possession game. And it's just nice running game with the running back, and the quarterback's chipping in as well.
I'd be surprised if we see any more passes for a while. Here's Hurt up the middle, bouncing off tacklers, picks up 3.
Was the ball out?
And there it is.
They're
going to give it to Stevens. I thought he was down. We've got ourselves a turn of events here.
Well.
Let's see what happened. I thought he was down by a mile. Helmet on the ball, and he punched it out.
Good call.
Did number 5, Nathan Navia, punching it out with the left hand, and the refs are all over it. Stevens gonna have a chance to score. They've already converted 1 2-point conversion. Another would tie this football game.
So Nathan Navia has had himself a second half. That's the 3rd big play he's made.
Gonzalez keeps, look out, he's breaking it to the outside, and a good job on the tackle by Demetrius Hicks, who stayed at home, strung it out, but not before he picks up a first down, a Cowboys AC first down for Gonzalez and the Falcons.
Well, just when you thought that Taft was going to slow kill this ball game, now all of a sudden Stevens has got the ball trying to tie it.
Pass, throwing back to the other side. Proudy's got it, watch out. Proudy across the 30, down to the 25. Little trickeration. Gabriel Cook with the left hand. Was it 2 forward passes though? No, it's that Tennessee Miracle, right? pretty close. You'd have to break out the chalk line to figure out if that was forward or sideways. Proudy inside, flag flies. It came in late. The way that Stevens runs their men in motion makes me think every time that it's a false start or illegal procedure, but somehow it's not. But that was an illegal shift. It just doesn't pass the eye test when his guy's in motion. There's some other movement somewhere. But Boykin is arguing that, saying that that's the way he designed it, and it's not a penalty. All right, 1st and 15. Ibar goes in motion. They swing it out there. Breaking 1 tackle is A.J. Ruiz. And he picks up a couple. It's going to be 2nd down and 13.
Ruiz doing a really good job there. He was hoping to get a block out there and was still able to get the ball upfield a little bit with not a lot of help outside.
Boykin's offense been creative. We've seen a double pass. See what they do here. This is a tough series here. 2nd and 12. They keep it with Gonzalez. Why not? Let him break a tackle on his own. And a nice chunk to get it 2 down territory. They're going to have 2 downs to get about 5. And that might be, you know, Chuck is trying to get tricky. Taft knew exactly what was coming at him with Gonzalez, but they couldn't tackle him, and he might be your best bet right here.
Well, again, it starts up front with Gonzalez, Hill, Rodriguez, Longoria, and Gill. It's pretty much a new group, and they're doing a really good job on those runs by their quarterback.
Moses is lined up at quarterback. It's Gonzalez in the right slot. He's going to look his way. It's a wheel route. Instead, he fires over the middle, and it's caught. First down. Stevens to the 10-yard line. Idar slow to get up on the sideline.
Mercy, you just feel bad for these Falcons. I mean, they've had so many guys banged up all year long, and we've just seen it repeatedly tonight too. They cannot catch a break. You're fighting to try to get your first win of the season, and guys are making plays all over the place, and oh, you just hate to see it.
That might have just been a hip with the slide. Didn't see any torque or anything on that left leg, so he's okay.
Yeah, that's good to see. Mercy, maybe they did catch a break this time.
That was one of your baseball, you know, where you slide and you burn up everything on your hip. If you're not wearing those sliding shorts.
Get some raspberries.
Yeah, he went down hard. 5:52 to play. 1 possession game. Stevens with Prouty. Somebody moved. No flag. And they'll drop him for a loss. A lot of pre-snap movement up front. I don't know if it was offsides or on Stevens, but no flag either way. And boys, if you're Stevens, you really would have wanted an offside call there.
Well,
Gonzalez
regardless,
going backwards in a really good play by the Taft defense.
Yeah.
So it's 2nd down and goal from the 15. Here comes Prouty in motion, fake to him. Gonzalez going to throw to the corner, caught at the 1. And they were in this exact same spot earlier tonight. Taft had a 4-down stand from the 1.
Well, just a great throw by Ethan Gonzalez to Gabriel Cook. Again, he's trying to fight his way through 3 defenders to score. Can't quite do that, but sure sets a squad up nice.
Gonzalez and Prouty. It's Prouty to the goal line. He's dropped. And again, pursuit by that Taft defense. Jaden Finley. You would think he'd just put Gonzalez under center and run it straight ahead. This stuff 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage just allows that pursuit by the Taft defense.
They're selling out, obviously, on the run blitz, but a great job by Finley to knock that play dead.
And it's 4th down and 1. This is your ball game, folks. 3 receivers to the left, and now Boykin's gonna burn another timeout to talk about it. And we'll take it with him. 8-point game, 4 minutes to go on TNL, and we got a nail biter. All right, flashback. Here's a look from earlier in the game when it looked like Idar was going to get to the goal line, and he was just that close, and they were not able to punch it in. And for the 2nd time, I mean, boy, if we had all that instant replay they do at Big Boys, then, you know, maybe that's a touchdown in the Big 12 or the SEC or the NFL.
Well, it's a game of inches,
it sure
as we've
is.
seen tonight. And, you know, I don't blame Gabriel Cook. You know, I'm sure somebody's thinking, you know, just stick your hand out with the ball and cross the goal line. But he's got 3 defenders around him. His job is to protect the football first.
Prouty behind Gonzalez. They're both tough runners. High snap, little dump pass, touchdown, Stevens, the old Tim Tebow.
What a play call. That was really nice.
Anthony Boykin takes the timeout. He's able to get it to Gabriel Cook, wide open in the back of the end zone. And now, we're not out of the woods yet. A 2-point conversion to tie it. They converted a 2-point conversion earlier. They ran the swinging gate and they ran a slant. Now they go with the traditional formation. Gonzalez is in the backfield along with Jalen Moses, who lined up at quarterback. Ricky Stade wants to talk about it. And he takes a timeout as Andrew Boykin breaking out all the tricks tonight. And with a sellout on the run, he makes the right call, and Cook is right there to get 6.
What a drive by Ethan Gonzalez. I mean, for everything that drive was, you got the game on the line on 4th down, and the first thing you got to do is secure the snap. It wasn't legitimately right to him, but he didn't panic. Was able to get both hands on the ball and then kind of shoot it over the top for the 6. Now we'll see if he can do something to generate 2 points here and tie this football game. Really came of age on that drive as a quarterback. I know it's not where he's going to earn his lunch money at the next level, but man, just a phenomenal play all around for a guy that's trying to figure it out how to play the position. And, you know, again, maybe the best hands in the entire city in terms of receiver.
So a 2-point conversion to tie. Still got 4 minutes to go. The onside kick will be coming. They're showing the house on the blitz. High snap, ball thrown to the corner, one-on-one. Gonna have a flag, interference. They'll move it half the distance, and we'll do it again.
So tough to defend.
Does it change your thinking on the 2-point conversion if you get it right at the 1-yard line? Ricky Stade wants it to be uncatchable. He may have a point.
Well, they're going to call this 10 times out of 10 when the defender never turns his back.
Oh, that ball's catchable. It landed inbounds. Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, it's not like the ball went, you know, hit the dotted line back there. That ball fell inbounds.
I mean, Chucky touched on it. That defender didn't turn his head. That's what the back judge told me. That's why they threw the flag.
All right, now Stevens will burn their last, which is not insignificant, because if for some reason they don't convert here, they're going to have to stop Taft, and they've burned 3 timeouts here, 2 of them earlier in the half that they didn't have to take. Had some miscommunication getting a play in on one of them, and that may come back to haunt them if they don't score here. And we're back in 15 seconds.
Now more than ever, it is important to get the recommended vaccines. You have the power to protect yourself and your family against serious diseases. To learn more, visit covid19.sanantonio.gov or find us on social media using hashtag #DoItForSA.
We're back. Timeout for Anthony Boykin's been very creative. What does he have up his sleeve here for the 2-point conversion?
What a ball game. What a ball game. Both teams laying it all out there tonight. 29-6A.
Here we go. 3 receivers for Gonzalez. Movement up front. Flag flies. And the right tackle moved early. That'll back him up. I don't know what Boykin's upset about. It was obvious. He wanted roughing and maybe offsetting. But once that false start happens, everything dies. So now you're in trouble. More difficult. Jalen Moses at quarterback. Gonzalez comes this way in motion. They throw it to the corner, incomplete. Taft holds, and with 3:55 to go, they hang on to a 2-point lead after getting the 2-point conversion stop. Wonder why Boykin didn't rethink about that swinging gate that worked earlier.
Now, I think all eyes would be on Ethan Gonzalez.
Yeah, that's what they were.
One of the best receivers in town. And there was no doubt that Taft was going to be paying attention to him. Plus, it's tough, too. I mean, you come in to play quarterback, and you got to make a money throw like that, and you haven't had a lot of throws all night. It's a tough play. But, you know, again, you're backed up, and, you know, that false start was making that a really tough 2-point attempt.
Well, Chuck, you talked all night about the Stevens kickoff formation and the onside experts that they are. They were doing that Poochie thing, and they started off this game with an onside kick. It just didn't go 10 yards. So maybe this is something they're good at. They haven't kicked one deep all night. So Theo Caballero will give it his best shot here. It's got to go 10 yards. Got to get to the 50. Little bouncer. It's recovered nicely. Good hands by number 1 on the Taft Raiders. That's Johnny Lott, and that's a huge play right there.
It really is, because those guys that are in the front are supposed to be picking up the gunners so that it gives a little bit more of a clear path to the football for the guy trying to find it. So, yeah, this is a great individual play right there, no doubt. But you got to have a stop here.
.355 to go. It's Andrews. We got no timeouts. So they'll reset 40. We'll be at 3 minutes when they snap it. You get 1 first down, pretty much ends it.
That's correct. So you would imagine if you're Ricky Stade, it's going to be 7 or 0 touching these footballs here on these last few snaps.
Our Reese's Dental and Braces Smile Cam. And here comes Hurt. An exclamation point. Justice Hurt. Touchdown, Taft. Flag down, it's coming back. Or is it? It is. Taft faithful not happy about that call. That was game, set, and match. Instead, now here things get interesting because it's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of foul. So have they walked it off? Okay, so it's 2nd down and 12.
Well, so they called the hold on the run, not at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Stop the clock.
Ball's out. Hurt. Got it loose. Circles back. He's going to be dropped. And now it's going to be 3rd down and a mile with still 3 minutes to go. That first down that's going to end it is probably out of the question at this point without a huge play. So now we'll tick down inside of 2 minutes when they snap it. And there's a very good chance that Stevens gets this ball back with about a minute to go.
What an interesting turn of events here in this fourth quarter.
And imagine if you had one timeout here. All you need is one if you were Stevens to make it really interesting.
Well, they've been pecking away and put themselves in a nice spot here to at least get the ball.
They got to tackle this guy, though. Justice Hurt breaking tackles. He's got some of it back. Did he go out of bounds? He stayed inbounds. Flag comes in late. That might be a late hit, an automatic first down, and that would end it. Or a face mask. And that's exactly what Ricky State is signaling. And that's your ball game.
Personal foul. Baseman.
Oh, what a tough break. What a tough break.
Well, and it also all goes to the ability of Justice Hurt. He's able to get downfield. And I'm not sure. Well, yeah, there was on the backside. 11 penalties for 110 yards for Stevens, and without the ability to snap it, you can go victory formation here and just kneel it 3 times. Instead, they run the counter. Picks up about 7.
So it goes back down to what we were talking about before the game. Would you have known that one of these teams had 6 wins and the other one was 0-6?
No, Stevens really represented themselves well tonight.
100%. What a great ball game. It's just what you get in this league, right? 29-6A. You're going to get a fist fight every single week.
Sure enough, what a game. Andrews, they'll have to just run one more snap. Time for our MCC collision of the game. Here's Parker bringing the wood. It was a hard-hitting game all night. And that is our collision of the game.
Nice sound effects. That'll do it.
Just that, and the Anthony Boykin's got to be proud of his squad. Boy, did they fight tonight. The Stevens Falcons gave it everything they had, and it just wasn't quite enough.
Yeah, one conversion away from possibly having OT. Great ball game, great effort. Saw a lot of talent on this field tonight, and these guys put on one whale of a performance for our viewers here on the CW.
It's time for our play of the night. Anthony Boykin, great job by his squad. And here you go, our Big City Plumbing play of the night. It was the big one, the long one, the 57-yarder. Criswell had such a big game, couple of different touchdowns, but none bigger than that one. Jamel Criswell, our Big City Plumbing play of the night. When we come back, we'll have the post-game show. We'll throw it down to Zach, talk to the coach, talk to our MVP. All that's coming up. TNL continues.
This is Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by Thomas J. Henry and sponsored by Vulcan Materials Company, the Bexar County Sheriff's Office, Risa's Dental and Braces, Cowboys AC, South Texas Vocational Tech, Central Med, Enroll SA, the Children's Hospital of San Antonio, San Antonio Metropolitan Health District, San Antonio Sports, Valero, Rhino Roofers, My Collision Center, Air Today Heating and Air Conditioning, Guild Mortgage, Beluga Air, Big City Plumbing, and Monarch Trophy Studio.
Wow, what a game. Great game. Taft Raiders, tip of your cap to the Stevens Falcons. Came in here 0-6 and gave Taft 6-1 everything they can handle. Make that 7-1 for Taft as we go down to the field. And Zach Hedrick, who's got Ricky Stade, who is still preaching to his guys, hey, wasn't pretty, but they got it done. Zach?
Yeah, they did get it done. Hey, Coach Stade, we're going to see if Coach Stade's ready now. Can we mind if we grab Jamel real quick? While Jamel's joining us here, come on right up here, Jamel. This is for you, sir. Congrats on a great game, man. Jamel, both times you touched the ball tonight, you had a rushing score and a receiving touchdown. Tell us about that run. You had to get through some traffic to get to the end zone.
I just saw a hole and just, what happened?
Yeah, you're good, you're good.
I just saw a hole and I executed it. Just executed.
Sorry, Jamel. So tell us one more time what was happening with that run.
That run, I just saw a hole, saw a lane, and I just executed, man. Executed.
I know that you see the Stevens team year in, year out, but, this year, the record's not there for them, but you guys were in a dogfight tonight. What was it like, down here at the fourth quarter? Your defense held up a couple times right at that goal line. What was that like, just edging this one out?
It's a nail biter, man. Just, our defense held the ball, we held the ball. It's just, whatever.
Well, Jamel, great game tonight. Congrats on the win, sir. Appreciate it. We're going to come and get Coach Stade over here. Coach Stade, congrats. Coach Stade, before the game you were telling me you were looking for some maturity out of you guys tonight. In a close game like this one, it seems like you guys grew up tonight.
In this district, every week's a battle, and it doesn't matter what your record is. You got to come to fight, and you got to come to play every game. And you saw that tonight. On paper, it doesn't mean anything. And Stevens, got to give them a lot of credit. They came out and played a heck of a game. And at the end of the day, our kids responded like they have all year long, and I expect nothing less. I don't expect them to be perfect, but I do expect them to work hard, and that's what they did.
How about your defense? I mean, a couple times they were backed up right up against the goalpost. What can you say about their performance down the stretch here?
I can say that we need to move the ball out of that. We're all on offense. But they did a heck of a job with their backs against the wall all the way up into the final play with the two-point conversion to kind of keep the lead. And, man, it was just – got some big-time dudes on that side, too. I know offensive guys get a lot of the glory, but those defensive guys grind, so we're very proud of them.
Well, Coach Stade, well-earned tonight. Congrats on the win. Another big one for 29-6A. Right. Congrats. Good luck the rest of the way, sir.
Thank you very much.
Go enjoy this one with your guys. Guys, back up to y'all.
All right, Ricky Stade's going to celebrate it with his Taft Raiders who get the win tonight. Close 2-point ball game. And check out the field, man. The band's coming back on. Chuck, you here for the after party?
I'm staying for it.
You are. We'll come back and we'll wrap it up here at Ferris Stadium when we come back.
I got no else place to go.
Welcome to the Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights postgame show, presented by Thomas J. Henry.
Well, that's a wrap. Taft over Stevens 21-19. Let's run down the Taco Cabana highlights for you one more time. What a game. Coming in, it didn't look like it was going to be close on paper, but like what Ricky Stade said, paper don't matter. His guy just is hurt, getting him on top early. Made it 7-0 right there, but Stevens sending a message early that they were going to be here all night long. Ethan Gonzalez had a big night. He got a 2-point conversion, actually had the lead for a bit. Chriswell, our player of the game, 57 on the counter. He had a touchdown catch coming up later. They went up 14-10. Got an interception here, and then they got a safety, which made it 14-10. And then Stevens' defense keeping it competitive all night. There were some penalties, had to burn a few costly timeouts. Chris caught his second of the night. But in the second half, Gonzalez on 4th down hit Cook for that touchdown. And Stevens hanging right in there. Couldn't convert the 2-point conversion, so they fall 21-19. Next week, another big district war. Clemens and Wagner. Oh, the schedule's been good all year, Chuck. We got another great one next week.
Glad that one's not on paper either. We wouldn't have anything to do on a Thursday night.
That's right. Hey, every week we tell you about Brian Watts and Chris Kotfus and Chuck McTinnick and Zach Hedrick, Funky Cold Nick Medina. But hey, I want to give some shout outs to replay guy Ryan Carter and audio David Lowe and Anthony and Jim Collette and Steve Foodie and Rick, our cameraman, Rick and Tremaine and Marco and Ski and Sean. Big Oscar in the Sat Truck. John Gonzalez back at Master Control. The cast of thousands here on TNL putting it on for you. Great job by everybody tonight. We'll see you next week right here on Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights.